What is this stuff? Oh, welcome to Tackett's Winter Wonderland. We got some snow yesterday. It's already starting to melt. It's not that bad. Everyone was like, this is the worst storm in 20 years. Well, I mean, it's still a couple inches, but yeah. Anyway, welcome. Oh, that's pretty deep. Yeah. Poor cars. We need to get that shop up quick. It's falling off here. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Now my hands are going to be frozen. Shouldn't be doing this. Well, what do we got? Today, I need to get some spark plug wires going. And wow, I'm already breathing through a runny nose. But this thing needs some spark plug wires. And yeah, we need to stay warm, which is going to be difficult. But some spark plug wires, and maybe we can hear it run. All right, I'm tempted to try this. Now, here's my Chevelle, and it's my street strip version of a race car, you know, street legal, pretty nasty. It runs low tens. I mean, you've seen it in the opening video or the opening song. This car is my baby, you know. I talk about it in a lot of videos. I don't show it very often, but it's a part of me, really. And I'm always kind of talking a little trash, you know, because that's what I do. And I'm always saying how it's a Toyota Camry. Basically, this thing runs amazing. And you know, low 10-second car, it drives on the street. And I mean, static compression. It's a cast iron small block. This is a cast iron small block. And it runs low tens, like I said, and it, you know, still street legal. But I'm always saying it's a Toyota Camry. So let's cold start this thing. Let's see if the battery even, if we even have a battery in this thing. It's been sitting for weeks. And you know, I'm always talking all that trash, saying how good it runs. So good, you don't need fuel injection, you know, all those things I say. So, let's find out. This is a real cold start. Like, it's about 20 degrees out and covered in snow. The carburetor is probably dry. There's probably no fuel up to the carburetor, so let's let the pump run for a second. You can hear it. I'm actually kind of shocked that the battery's not dead. All right, give it a couple pumps. that for a cold start. Climb out of here. Ugh. I'm getting too old for that. Well, it's like just under, static compression is like just under 14-1. It's like 13.8. But obviously the camshaft is pretty huge, so it kills the static compression quite a bit. But I mean, come on. It's better than fuel injection. Huh. Look at that. I mean, it started and idled pretty quick. Like, I was able to take my foot off of it pretty quick. I love this car. I love it. I mean, it's just an amazing, fun car. I could literally toss anybody the keys and they can drive it. It's awesome. Now I can barely breathe. My nose is running off my face. But that is a cold start. Look at the big giant flakes. I don't know if it's gonna come through on the video, but the snowflakes are huge. Big fluffy ones. My neighbors down there, they have like a side-by-side, and the kids are out there driving around in the side-by-side, towing a sled with a rope, slinging it around. But yeah, it's so quiet. It's really pretty. It's super pretty and quiet and like, I don't know. Poor cars. Okay, enough screwing around. All the cars cold start really well, except for, I have to admit, the carburetor on the 406 build that I put in the 65 Nova. That thing just doesn't, I don't like that. Something's wrong with that carburetor. I don't know. But to be honest, most of my carburetors are all $40 swap meet, junk. I buy junk. and then I throw a rebuild kit in it and go from there. So here we are, the rattle can rebuild 350. This is going to be for Sarah's C10. Hopefully you've been following along. If you have been following along, I really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. I see the comments. I respond to like every comment. I try to. I really do. And I mean, I see the same people commenting all the time, like every week. And man, it's like you're like a part of the family now. You know what I mean? I love you guys. So we need some spark plug wires, and I'm really particular about my spark plug wires. They have to be nice and neat. I like them to either come around the back of the valve cover and then go down, or I'd like to have them underneath the header. Either way, I cannot stand it when you see spark plug wires like, here you go. No, I can't do it. Like my OCD will kick in, and I'll have like I'll start like, I can't do it. So I like to get the universal sets. I just picked these up at O'Reilly's. I don't know anything about them. They say they're 8.5 millimeter and they're universal, and they got HEI boots. So we're gonna give it a try. But yeah, you can get these at O'Reilly's. Here's a part number in case you want to see that. Just their universal set. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make them nice and neat. I guess these headers are real tight to the block in the back, so I'm gonna have to come over the top, around the back of the valve cover, over the top of the header, and then try and drop them down. So that's the goal for today. I also need to make a fuel line. I'll probably cut this and bend it and make a fuel line. There's a few little things I can do today before my hands are already like frostbite. The skin on my hands are like not good. But as you can see, I'm out here in the driveway. So it is what it is. The show must go on. So I'm gonna bust these out real quick. I'll kind of show you how I'm doing it. I'm not gonna bore you too much. Try to make this a short video. So hang tight. Traffic's getting crazy out here. Okay, I got updates. So the spark plug wire set I just showed you, it only comes with straight boots on one side. It comes with both sets of angle boots for if you have an HEI or a points distributor, which is great, but it doesn't help me because most of these, there's no way you're gonna get a straight boot on there. So, especially this side, look at this. That's gonna be tight even with an angle. So I just went digging and I pulled out my spark plug wire bin. What we'll do here is, and I also have this one I can make up. That's an expensive set of wires though. I really didn't want to use them on this, but oh well. Only the best for Sarah. But anyway, I need to make a set of spark plug wires. It's got to have angle boots on it, both ends. So if I can't find a good set of here that I can cut up, I'll have to make a set with that. Either way, we're struggling with spark plug wires right now. Well, it looks like the best I can do is these MSD wires. So I've got enough of them here. I can mismatch and set and make a good set to fit this, hopefully, without having to do too much cutting and splicing and crimping. So let me see what I got. Put them on here. You know, only the best I got, you know, for this high performance machine we got out here. We're going for maximum output. Okay. I'm getting pretty lucky here. I got a big pile of wires, so I'm just mismatching them and getting the ones that fit the best. So far I haven't had to make too many wires, but this one back here is gonna need to be pretty short. So I will run you through this real quick. Get yourself one of these, okay? My buddy Anthony Jenkins gave me this for my birthday or something a few years back, and it changed my life. So thank you, Anthony Jenkins. Where would we be without our friends, right? Anyways, so one set of blades will strip it for you without damaging that wire in the middle. So I give it a little bit of a stick out there, right? Squeeze it once, turn it, squeeze it twice, pull, bam, look at that. Perfect, every time. Then you take this little guy, stick it right about there, right? Then you take this guy, oops, it's kind of bent. Now that again. Stick it right about there. I try to clock it the position, the direction you want it to go to. No. Look at that. Crimped, perfect. There you go. Thanks, Anthony. All right, the wires are on. I've got one issue. This spark plug is way too close. So I've got some old spark plugs over here. And in here is some of those Excel shorty plugs. But they're pretty used. Dang it. I'm gonna clean these up and I'm gonna stick one of these. I don't want to, but I think if I put a shorty plug there and I'll get my new holders. I'll put the holders on the wires and make it look nice and neat. Hopefully this one's not gonna be a problem. I mean, Hedman, come on. Hedman headers, really? Since the 1960s, this is the most common small block configuration spark plug location, and you guys can't give me any more room than that? Really? Get it together, Hedman. It's starting to melt a little bit. Like, the sun's been out for a little while. Every once in a while, big chunks of ice will slide off one of the cars and crash down behind me. And I'm like, who's there? What do you want? I don't have any money. You know, natural reaction. So, I got the shorty plug in there. I got the holders on. It's nice and neat. They're behind the valve cover. I like it. Kind of smooth these out a little bit. Anyway, that's kind of what I was going for. Now, I just want to put these little numbers on. You know, professional. Make it look good. Anyway, I'm having fun with this little C10 build. Did you hear that? You see? Somebody's out there. It's fun. Like, it's not like, you know, stressful. This is a fun build. Building an engine like this and building a truck like this, it's not like high pressure or like everything's gotta be perfect. It's, it's gonna be nice, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It's gonna be a good truck, but if you like C10s, you should go check out my buddy's page. I actually got a couple buddies, one or two. Some buddies. I have some buddies. My buddy Kenny, he's got a YouTube page, and he's building a really nice C10. Like he's making it perfect. Like he's doing everything he can. So if you like C10s, go check out my buddy's page. It's called Adventures of Kenny. And he's got a little C10 short bed, LS swapped, twin turboed. Yeah. Twin turbo LS. So if you're into that sort of thing, go check out Kenny's page. Maybe we'll put a link or something on there. We'll help him out. He's just starting out, so his page is like pretty small still. But he's a buddy of mine. I've known him since, I don't know, about 30 years. We used to drag race a lot together. Good dude. Anyway, Check out Kenny. Adventures of Kenny. My other buddy is I've talked about him before. He's Veteran Revivals. Go check him out. You knows. Go check out Art on Veteran Revivals. He's got a few C10s. He does kind of a little bit of everything, kind of. He's into Fords, whatever. He's into C10s. He's done a lot of C10s. And yeah. See? You hear that? If I get mugged or something on here, this will be evidence. But yeah, good guys, good friends of mine. And you know, we're all kind of doing this, like, you know, all of us have full-time jobs and work and still have time to enjoy our hobbies. And then you try and film it. It's not easy. Like, it's not easy, man. Like, buying the parts is expensive. Trying to make sure you have content to record every week. It's really time consuming, pretty hard. So it means a lot to us, you know, us small YouTube guys, you know, it means a lot to us when you guys watch, hit like, hit comment, subscribe. I know you hear that. Everybody says that in the videos. Please hit like and subscribe and whatever. Somebody's shooting. You can do that in Tennessee. So that's gunfire. Anyway, what was I saying? 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7. It means a lot to us to get a comment or get a like or subscribe. Like, it really does, because that's our payoff. You know, we're not making any money off YouTube, trust me. So we're too small, you know. We're not getting big, you know, deals and free product and all that. Like, so we do it for fun. We do it for you guys. We do it for just to do it, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing it. No, I do it because I love it and I want to help somebody, motivate somebody, or really, you know, like the younger generations. I don't want this hobby to die out, you know. I don't want this hobby to die out. So I do it for the fact that somebody might be struggling with how to set timing or how to whatever. And if they watch my videos and they learn how to set timing on a small block Chevy, you know, a lot of you, most of you probably know how to do it. But there's a few that are out there trying to learn. And there's no shop classes anymore in high school. They took that stuff out. So if you're not watching it or finding it on YouTube, like, who's helping the younger generations? Who's teaching them? Who's showing them? There's no shop classes. And if you're not learning it from your dad or your uncle or something, like, there's no who's passing it on. So us guys, us small YouTube channels, we're not making any money. We're not getting big sponsorships or nothing. So your likes and comments and subscribes is awesome, and sharing it and hopefully helping somebody who's struggling or wants to get involved in the hobby. That's it. That's the payout. That is the payout for us. So, you know, I'll give those guys a shout out because they're good friends of mine and I've known them a long time, and they legitimately are good guys. Kenny's a real good guy, and Art is a real good guy. So I love those guys. I hope they're watching. And if not, you better hit like or comment or subscribe. Art, I better see a comment from you. Or Kenny. I know Kenny's watching. Kenny watches. I don't know if you can hear that. All right, so the wires are all tucked up nice and neat. They're all labeled and numbered. 184365572. You know, small block Chevy stuff. Anyways, I'm freezing myself to death, and my hands are barely working. I can barely do anything. The only thing left, I think, to do is I need a fuel line. I need to bend this and cut this and get this fuel line over here. And we should be good to go to hear this thing run. Hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll probably see y'all in the morning. Okay, one more clip. I finished up the fuel line. You can see here, I just took the original one, cut it off down there, and bent it over that way a little bit. So we got a fuel line, spark plug wires, done. Also, I got a dipstick. The original one, I just had to bend it a little bit to clear the header. But there you go. I think that's going to do it for today. I don't have breathers that fit this. I'm going to have to figure out something for these. That probably was a cap at one point. I'd like to maybe put a grommet in there and put a breather on both sides. I am a firm believer in breathers. I'll get out of the sun. There we go. I'm a firm believer in breathers because I don't like PCV valves. If you think about it, a PCV valve, if you cut a hole in here and you put a PCV valve in and you run it over here to this fitting here, or sometimes they go right to the intake here. Either way, a PCV valve is air mixed with oil going into the intake manifold without going through the carburetor. So in my opinion, that is unmetered air. So if you're sucking any air into the intake manifold without going through the carburetor, that's a vacuum leak. And it's a vacuum leak full of oil. So why would you want to suck that down the engine? It can't be good for performance. Let's just call it what it is. You don't want to suck oil down the intake, especially air that's not going through the carburetor. That's the definition of a vacuum leak. So in my opinion, put breathers on it or a catch can or whatever. If you have a high revving engine like the Chevelle over here, we have a catch can up in the front, and we put -10 fittings and run it over there to the can. So I don't know. I don't put PCV valves on anything ever. Anyways, I can barely talk because my nose and face are frozen, but the sun is going down. Look at this view though. Like, come on. Like, yeah, it's cold. My hands are barely working right now, but it's just, look at this. Like, this is my view. I don't have much of a shop. I'm working out of a 4 foot by 4 foot space in the garage. That's all I got left. But hey, I get to work on cool cars and I have a nice view. Anyway, I'm gonna go get warmed up, eat some dinner, and tomorrow we're gonna have to move all this stuff and get to the engine test stand back there pull that thing out and we can set this on it and hopefully we'll make some noise. So anyway, let me go get warmed up. I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. The dogs let me sleep in this morning. Usually Oliver is regimented. Okay, he is like, he wants to be up at a certain time. He expects his morning treat at a certain time, dinner at a certain time, like, but we got to sleep in a little bit. As you can see, it's still a blanket of white out here, but supposedly it's gonna get all the way up to 40 degrees today. Yeah, heat wave. So I need to move a bunch of stuff to get my homemade engine test stand out of there. And then we'll drop this guy on it, go up to the gas station, get some gas, hook a battery up. Hopefully we'll make some noise today. And I gotta move all this. If you're wondering, that's old stereo equipment. The plan is that is gonna be the stereo and speakers for the new shop. You know what I mean? Because that little guy up there is not gonna cut it. No. We gotta have a big shop, needs a big stereo. See what I mean? In case anyone was wondering. So, I'm not just collecting junk. We do have plans for this. But, yeah, I need to start moving stuff out of the way. So, I'll get back with you as soon as I get that out of there. All right? Okay, here it is in all its glory. Look at this thing. I broke one of the legs off it when we moved it here from Arizona. And I do have a welder, but this house doesn't have a way to plug it in. So, yeah, we'll just have to make do somehow. We'll have to rig up attach it to the radiator somehow. Anyways, I have a radiator with electric fan. I got this test stand and I made it adjustable. So the legs move up and down, they move in and out, and the back piece is just a bell housing. It slides back and forth. So you could literally put a small block, a big block, a straight six, whatever you want. This thing will fit it. You like that? Pretty cool, right? Got gauges and stuff. Yeah. Look at this thing. You ever seen an MSD box that old? And yes, it still works. I bought a 66 El Camino one time, and that was in it. The car had been sitting a long time. And I took it out and threw it in my drawer. I thought, there's no way that thing's gonna work. And then when I built this test stand, I'm like, let's try it and throw it on there. And I threw it on there and it worked. It's worked ever since. So, how cool is that? So, I don't know how old you think that is. That's gotta be like the first design 6A box. So, I don't know, comment how old do you think that is? Have you seen one that old? Anyway, let's, I gotta get that off, stick it on here, and then hook up some wires. I'm gonna configure it for an HEI. I got different wiring and stuff, so I can run the MSD, or I can run whatever I got, a Unilight or a Comp 9000 or HEI, whatever distributor I'm running, I can switch it around. It looks like a mess, but it works, trust me. Lots and lots and lots of engines have been on this thing. I built it kind of like as a temporary thing, and it became permanent. I've kept it ever since. And you know what? It comes in handy. Like if you're selling an engine, or if I'm building an engine for a customer, you know what I mean? I can run it and break it in and adjust the valves and set the timing and, you know, make sure it's got good oil pressure and all that stuff, and check it before it goes in the vehicle. Yeah, see? Not a bad idea, especially if you're doing it pretty often. So anyways, enough talking. let's start wrenching. All right, we're cruising right along now. I just got to hook up the gauges, hook up the distributor, go get some gas, go get my gas can over there, go get the gas can filled, and then throw a battery on here. And I think we're about ready to give it a try. I haven't touched this Brawler. It came right out of the box, we bolted it on. That's it. So I'm not sure if there's gonna be any issues there or not, but we're gonna put some gas in it, hit the key and see what happens. So this will be a good test for the Brawler 600 right out of the box. How do they run right out of the box? So anyway, and I got to figure out what I'm gonna do for this radiator. Normally there's another leg right here and the radiator sits into these pegs, but I'm gonna have to ratchet strap it on here or something. I don't know. So anyways, almost there. You're warming up in the sun.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? It's like 20 more degrees. I'm chilly.
What are you talking about? Okay, I think we're ready to give this a try. Everything is hooked up. I got electric fan. Yep. Electric fuel pump. Actually, I'm gonna run that pump. Can you come on this side? Tell me if you see fuel. It's got those sight glasses. Tell me if you see anything. Watch for leaks.
I don't see anything.
Give it a second.
Yeah, there's fuel in the back.
Did it stop in the middle?
There.
Pretty
no.
close. It kept going?
Yeah.
That's not good.
The back bowl is almost full. The front bowl is like 3/4 full.
But it stopped.
It stopped now.
Let me see.
You don't trust me?
Yeah, it's a little high. It should be like in middle, I think.
It's not middle.
Well, we're gonna give it a try. It's right out of the box. We didn't touch the floats or nothing. So this will be a out of the box. What does it do test for the Brawler? Okay, so that's the cool thing about an electric fuel pump. We can prime the system. Electric pump into the mechanical pump. Boom. I didn't see no leaks. Don't worry about my bungee cord there, it's fine. We got a timing light. I just kicked it. We don't bring that over here. Okay. Let's see if we got accelerator pump. Here we go. We got fuel.
It'll make power.
It'll make power. You want to do the honors?
Oh, you want me to?
It's your engine.
Well, I'm kind of frozen.
You got your mittens on. You're fine. Here, I got the throttle.
Okay. You want me to turn everything on and then start it?
No, just crank it.
Okay.
Go ahead. I don't know if you could hear me talking at all because it was kind of loud, but anyway, it runs really good. Good oil pressure. Alternator was charging. The only thing is the choke wants to close. As soon as I crack the throttle, the choke stays closed. So I'm like trying to hold the choke open and, you know. Anyways, we need to put on 12 volts to that. But that's no big deal. The floats are a little high. I can't even see it anymore. It's a little rich. Probably because the bowls are a little high. But no leaks other than the water coming out of the petcock right here. But everything on the floor is dry. That's good. No leaks, no knocks, no bangs. What do you think? Good oil pressure, alternator was charging. It was revving pretty responsive.
Yeah.
And I didn't even I haven't touched the carburetor. Like I haven't touched the floats, idle screws, nothing. It idled right away. One thing was the choke, which I can work on that. We can adjust the floats. That's not a big deal. So I would say that was pretty good. Let's see if it'll start right back up or not. The choke wants to keep closing. But other than that, dude, it starts right up. Good little carburetor. Not bad. I'm gonna have to give Brawler a thumbs up. Even though I'm not sponsored. We paid full price for that. Brawler. Why don't you give me a little bit of a break next time? The timing was way advanced. I had to bring that down. Other than that, I think it's good. I said we drop it in. Let's go.
Yeah, right now.
Hurry up. Well, there it is. The rattle can rebuild fires off and it runs pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I'd say it's ready to go in the truck. The only thing we need to put on here is the power steering pump, the power steering bracket. I left all that off because obviously we're not going to use it here. But we'll put power steering on the engine before we put it in the truck. The transmission, as far as I know, it was running fine when it came out of Greg's truck.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to mess with the transmission. I think we should just bolt it together and drop it in the truck. But there's a lot of work that we need to do to the truck. I want to clean up the engine compartment.
Yes.
We need to get a different cross member and some other stuff. So maybe we'll clean it and paint it, like the engine compartment, in the next week or two. I don't know if we'll get a whole video out of that or not. But rattle can rebuild was a success. Thank you to Sarah's boss for giving us an engine, and it's in good condition. So I'm happy. I think it's going to work good for our little C10 project.
Gave us the perfect excuse to get a truck.
Yeah, she needed an excuse to get a truck. That's what it was.
I needed to convince you
Yeah.
that we needed a truck.
That's what it is.
Otherwise, we'd have another Nova or Chevelle.
No, I think we have enough Novas. What I truly want, if you really want to know, what I truly want,
Is it Suburban?
no, is a 30s coupe. I want a 30s coupe so bad. It's like I've always wanted one, and just haven't actually done it. I want to do a 30 coupe so bad, like a 33, 32. I don't care what. I don't care anything from the 30s.
I'm sure we will. I want like a 50s sedan.
She likes a 57.
Yes. I was talking like a 51.
An early 50s?
Yeah, early 50s too.
Like a 51, 52, 53.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just take one of each.
I'm
We'll take one of each.
I'm a horrible influence. Yeah, I want one of each.
No problem. We're gonna need a big shop.
I've been trying to tell you that from day one.
We're gonna need to turn that whole 5 acres into a shop.
That's why I said move it over, because you know you're going to expand and eventually have to build a second building. I'm trying to plan ahead.
Sounds like a plan. Thumbs up to Brawler carburetors. That worked pretty good right out of the box. I literally haven't touched it yet, other than hooking the fuel line up. That's it. So that worked pretty good right out of the box. And you know what? This is a real. We keep calling this the rattle can rebuild, but honestly, there's probably a million guys out there that have this almost exact same combo. You think about it, it's a 30 over 350 with flat top pistons and like an RV cam. It's in a performer intake and a Holley 600, like HEI distributor. This is so common, so basic. There's a million guys out there that have this same build, and this is your weekend car. This is your car show cruising. You know, drop it in your C10. I mean, this is like your most basic common rebuild. So easy setup, easy to go. Like I would recommend this engine for just about anything. Like you could probably tow with it. You could put it in a little Chevelle or a Nova or a C10, and this is perfect. Perfect for the street. Perfect cruising.
Yeah, I got good Christmas and anniversary presents.
See what good, I'm the best husband, I think. I should get an award.
Oh my gosh.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure I deserve an award way before you do.
This is not up for debate. This is not an argument. We don't.
How quickly you change your tune when you might not win.
I'm suggesting it.
Okay.
That's all. Anyways, this week has been crazy, working a lot, and snowstorms and everything. We still got it done though. You know, this morning I got sucked into the rabbit hole of the Facebook, and it's really sad to see what's going on out there in California and stuff. You know, I feel real bad for those people who lost everything, and I saw all those classic cars burned up and all those houses lost and stuff, and those people are in our thoughts and prayers, and it's really terrible. It's bad for everyone, bad for the hobby, bad for everyone. That's a big car community out there, you know, and a lot of people lost everything. So prayers for those people. And anyway, I don't want to leave on a sad note. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, we appreciate you all.
We appreciate it all. And please hit like, hit comment, hit subscribe. And remember, go check out Art at Veteran Revivals and Kenny at we're going to put those links in. You're going to see that.
It's Today's Adventures of Kenny, I believe.
Adventures. I know what it is. I need you to put the links and stuff and the things.
Do the things?
The things.
Yeah.
So you know.
We need to talk about my pay increase.
It's your responsibilities. All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
Bye.